So if you're trying to get your ex back, chances are you are screwing it up. And I don't mean that to be harsh or to be an asshole. I mean statistically, most people make at least 5 or 6 of the mistakes I'm about to cover. And the worst part, these mistakes don't just hurt your chances of getting back together, they also prolong your suffering and keep you stuck in this limbo where you can't move forward and you can't let go. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 15 most common ex-back mistakes that I see people make over and over again. And if you recognize yourself in any of these, and you probably will, it's time to course correct before they really hurt your remaining chances of getting back together with your ex. Now look, I get it, you're desperate, you want your ex back so badly that you're willing to do whatever it takes, and that desperation, that's exactly what's causing you to make these mistakes. That's like the big picture here, because here's the thing, the odds of getting an ex back are already pretty terrible. We're talking about a 32% success rate, and only about half of those people actually stay together long term. Like, I've done an actual survey on this with 4,000 plus people that you can read on my website, maxjancar.com, and I also made a video about it if you're more of a visual kind of a person. So what I'm saying is, you can't really afford to make unnecessary mistakes that tank those already pretty bad odds even further. But that's exactly what most people do. They beg, they chase, they play games, they become a doormat, all in the name of doing whatever it takes to get their ex back. And all they're doing is therefore pushing their ex further away. Now, before we dive into these mistakes, I want to give you something that's gonna help you out. I've put together a free cheat sheet, a one-page PDF illustrated guide of sorts that walks you through my entire process step by step from A to Z when it comes to getting back with an ex. If you'd like to get this free resource, just head on over to the link in the description down below this video. Like I said, it's completely free. It's based on proven psychology and honesty and self-improvement. No games or manipulative BS. I really implore you, go and download that resource. But anyway, let's get back to the main stuff. Here are 15 mistakes that you should avoid. Begging and pleading, this is the number one, okay? This is the most obvious mistake as well, but I still see it constantly. Like, you're sending paragraphs about how much you've changed to your ex, you're promising to be better, you're asking for just one more chance. Here's the reality. Begging is like throwing a grenade on whatever attraction your ex has left for you. You can't force someone to love you, you can't force them to want to be with you, and no amount of desperate pleading, begging is gonna change their mind. In fact, it's only gonna confirm that they made the right decision by leaving. Because who wants to be with someone who has so little self-respect that they grovel for attention? Mistake 2 is chasing and pursuing. This is when you keep reaching out even after your ex has made it very clear, either directly or indirectly, that they don't want contact. Maybe you're texting them every 30 days like clockwork, thinking you're doing no contact right. Maybe you're hitting up their friends for info. Maybe you're showing up at places that you'll know that they'll be at. Like, all of this is chasing. And the more aggressive you are with it, the more likely your ex is gonna ghost you, block you, or just tell you to leave them the hell alone. Mistake 3. Hiding behind false intentions. So don't be that person who asks, hey, how's your dog doing? When you don't actually give a shit about the dog. You're just fishing for information about whether they still have feelings for you. So don't come up with BS excuses to contact them. I need to get my hoodie back is a common one, or I wanted to return this book that you lent me is another one, when what you really want is just to see if there's still a chance. Like, your ex sees right through this BS, like they know you're not actually concerned about the dog or the hoodie or the book or whatever, and when they realize this, that you're being manipulative or dishonest, they will lose respect for you and they will lose therefore attraction for you, making them really difficult to get back together with. Mistake 4, making grand gestures. So taking your ex on some elaborate date with fireworks and a live band and like a celebrity chef, that shit only works in the movies. It's not gonna work in real life. In real life, you're just gonna look like a try-hard, overcompensating for something. You look desperate. You look like you're trying to buy their affection back. So save your grand gestures for an actual partner, someone maybe even who actually wants to be with you, someone who has a track record of making you feel appreciated and loved, not an ex who dumped you. Mistake 5, giving gifts. Flowers, chocolates, concert tickets, whatever. Giving gifts to an ex almost always comes across as needy and desperate because it's inappropriate. You give gifts to people who want you in their lives, not to people who left you. Plus, most people don't give gifts unconditionally. They give them with hidden expectations, and this is very common for ex-back folk. They expect affection, sex, or attention in return. And your ex, they can sense those crooked intentions from a mile away. And when they do, they're probably gonna be repulsed by it, and you are going to diminish their attraction. Mistake 6, issuing ultimatums. So, for example, either we get back together this week or I'm never talking to you again. Like, ultimatums are essentially demands backed by some sort of threat, and they're one of the fastest way to permanently destroy your chance of getting back together. Because they're manipulative, they're mean, they show your ex that you're more interested in controlling them than actually caring about them. And besides, no one really responds well to being threatened, so don't give ultimatums. Mistake 7, cyber stalking. Please, stop stalking your ex on social media. And don't BS yourself that you're just checking in or you're just curious about how they're doing. You know what they're doing. You're torturing yourself. You're looking for signs that they miss you or signs that they've moved on. Either way, you're not helping yourself. And every time you check your Instagram or Facebook or whatever people use these days, you are reopening your breakup wounds. You are keeping yourself stuck in the past. And if you're serious about moving forward, you just need to cut that shit out. Mistake number 8, being friends. Most of the time, staying friends with an ex after a breakup is a terrible idea, especially if you still want them back. The only time friendship really works is when both people are completely over each other. So no lingering feelings, no hidden agendas, just genuine platonic friendship. But if you're using friendship as a backdoor strategy to get back together, as most people do, just forget it. That's a losing game that almost always ends in confusion, pain, and rejection. I'd say like 9 times out of fucking 10. Your ex will see through it, they will lose respect for you, thinking that this guy or this gal doesn't have the balls, the courage to just speak their mind and tell me how they really feel. And so instead, they pretend to be friends just to get close to me. Like, that's really easy to spot, so don't do friendships. Mistake 9, forcing closure. So stop nagging your ex for explanations about why things didn't work out. Stop demanding closure, because no matter what they tell you, you're never gonna be satisfied with the answer. That's just not how closure works. You don't get closure when your ex spills their guts and tells you everything you want to know. You get closure when you make peace with the breakup and stop clawing for answers. Closure comes from within you, not from them. So stop forcing uncomfortable conversations that only make you look needy and pushy. Mistake 10, becoming a placater. So your ex's emotions are essentially not your responsibility. They never were. So stop trying to comfort them when they're sad. Stop trying to make them feel better. Stop being their emotional support system. Not only is this violating their boundaries, like they broke up with you, right? Which means they don't want your support anymore, but it also just keeps you trapped in this codependent dynamic. Plus, when you try to fix their problems for them, you often just make things worse, and you definitely make yourself suffer longer. Mistake 11, being mean. This one's easy. Don't badmouth your ex. Don't spread false rumors. Don't spread rumors in general. Don't try to get revenge by hooking up with their friend or posting thirst traps on social media. You're not hurting them. You're just making yourself look petty and immature. Mistake 12, prioritizing their perception over yours. Meaning, you've gotta stop caring so much about what your ex thinks of you. Stop trying to control their perception of you. Stop doing things just to look good in their eyes. Instead, you want to prioritize your own perception of yourself. So care more about what you think and feel and value and stand for. In other words, put yourself first. Not because you're trying to play games or seem like a high value person or whatever BS, but because it's the right thing to do. It's what a person with self-respect would do, and you want to become that person. And it's ironically when you stop caring so much about what your ex thinks, that's when you become most attractive to them. Mistake 13, this one's also pretty straightforward. Thinking re-attraction is quick. Like, if you've been reading my work, if you've been watching more of my videos, you know that getting an ex back is a long, difficult process that you probably will fail at. And anyone who tells you otherwise is just selling you bullshit. So please drop your expectations of your ex returning. Assume that they're gone forever until proven otherwise. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't work on yourself or be open to reconciliation if they reach out. It just means you need to accept reality and stop living in a fantasy land. Mistake 14, stop using gimmicks, tricks, and games. Playing hard to get, acting indifferent, making your ex jealous, waiting exactly X amount of days or hours before texting back, using pre-written scripts and lines, posting fake highlight reels on social media, using jealousy tactics, all of this BS, all of this manipulation, it just destroys your chances of building a genuine, healthy relationship. I think that's pretty obvious. Now, mistake 15 is kind of the inverse of this, avoiding self-improvement. This is probably the biggest mistake of all. The point is, if you want to get into a healthy relationship with anyone, so not just your ex, just literally anyone, you need to develop a healthy relationship with yourself first. And that means figuring out why your last relationship failed, overcoming some shame, anxiety, and intimacy issues that maybe brought it down, rebuilding your self-esteem, becoming more self-aware and emotionally intelligent. It means getting your physical and mental health in order, learning how to set boundaries, discovering who you are, like what you value, what you stand for, what you want out of life. And yes, this is really hard work. It's uncomfortable and it takes time, but it's the only work that actually matters, despite what many people tell you. You can have all the texting strategies and no contact rules in the world, and they're just not gonna help you if you're still the same person who got dumped in the first place. So that's it for this video. Again, if you want my entire roadmap completely for free on how to get an ex back from A to Z, download my free cheat sheet. It's an illustrated guide of sorts that guides you through this entire process so you can be as little confused as you possibly can be when you're embarking on this really hard journey of mending a relationship. The link to this cheat sheet is in the description below this video. Go and grab it. And with that said, thanks for watching and take care.